What grown men do you know get together? Hey, Johnny. Hey, how's it going, Brad? Hey, let's call Tim and Randy and let's all get together and work on this flat earth children's weirdo project because that's what we want to do on a Friday. Just the whole thing is super sketch. I got a donation from One Eyed Jack. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. So basically, I don't see how this could be anything else other than a government funded project. And if it is a government funded project, which I'm pretty sure it is, then that means the government is funding Black Ops Flat Earth children's shows. So just run that around in your mind for a minute. The government seems to be running a Black Ops Flat Earth children's show project. Why? Huh? Now, of course, all the globetards who say Earth is definitely not flat, it's definitely a globe, they'll just say I'm crazy. And Mark Sargent's just a regular guy. And all these flat earthers are just regular people. And they're just regular making content for kids because they're just regular retards. They're just regular retards. So a guy like Fight the Flat Earth Craig, he'll be like, you're such a moron. They're just regular retards who think the earth is flat like you. And that's why they're making videos for kids, because they want kids to believe in the fake flat earth. That's what they'll say. So even the people who die hard believe in the globe won't admit that this is a government Black Ops run psyop. They won't. None of the popular globe channels will say, hey, look at these assholes going after the kids. This looks like some government funded stuff. No way did these flat earthers do this all themselves. No. So you won't see Simon Dan exposing this. These terrible flat earthers are going after the children. No. Instead, it's look at these dumb flat earthers. They believe that the earth is flat because they're dumb. Every video. Why is it the professional globe lovers don't ever actually expose these flat earthers being government shills? Oh no, because that ruins their narrative. According to all the professional globe believers like Simon Dan, Craig Fight the Flat Earth, these losers, Professor Dave, whoever out there does the flat earth debunking for a living, these guys can't say that these are government shills. It will ruin their whole narrative. They can't say that. They have to say that these are regular stupid people who are just stupid and crazy. Let me tell you what, Mark Sargent is not just a regular stupid crazy person who believes that the earth is flat. No. Deep inside the rabbit's butthole, David Weiss is not just a regular stupid guy who thinks that the earth is flat. No, he's a millionaire who's making bank on a flat earth app right now. So we can't just say that this is just a regular dude who just is stupid, thinks the earth is flat. So let me map it out for you. I'm going to actually have to map it for you so that it's not just my words, it's actually written. Let me find a piece of paper. There we go. All right. Old school style. We're going to write this down. All right. So we'll go Mark Sargent, F.E. Kids Show. All right, so you got Mark Sargent doing the F.E. Kids Show. What else did Mark Sargent do? He did the Flat Earth Hit Piece documentary. So both those two things. It's pretty bad. All right, so who else does stuff with kids? Oh, that's right. Jeranism has a show called The Baby Truther Show where he has kids and babies dancing in the intro. And then he has girls like Kelsey shaking her butt and showing off her tatas and stuff. Questionable women who might be men. So let's go ahead and put Jeranism down here on the list. He's got Baby Truther Show. Oh, and he was in the same documentary with Mark Sargent. How about that? Little connection there. F.E. Doc for Jaron. Okay. Okay, so now we have Mark Sargent and Jeranism. Mark Sargent has the Flat Earth Kids Show. Jeranism has the Baby Truther Show. Both of them in the same documentary on Netflix. All right, let's continue. All right, we got... Let's go a little lower tier, but still a very popular Flat Earth shill. Nathan Thompson. Nathan Thompson was arrested for flat smacking children. Flat smack arrest for flat smacking kids. All right. And he was in the same documentary. Oh, how about that? He was in the exact same documentary. Okay, so now we got 3 guys on the list. Mark Sargent, Jeranism, and Nathan Thompson. Nathan Thompson arrested for getting up on a fence and screaming at children at an elementary school. So he was arrested for flat smacking children. And he was in the same documentary with Jaron and Mark Sargent. Okay, you following? All right. Let's go. All right. We'll go Eric Dubay, not in the Flat Earth documentary. Give him that. But has a children's book. Has a popular Flat Earth children's book. Uses the same map as all these other guys. So now we have Eric Dubay on the list. He wasn't in the Flat Earth documentary, but he has a children's book. Has a children's book. So we got Mark Sargent, of course, has the Flat Earth Kids Show. Jeranism, Baby Truther Show. Nathan Thompson, arrested for flat smacking kids. And we got Eric Dubay with the children's book. All right. All right. You also got ODDTV here. Convicted sex offender. All right. Convicted sex offender. And he goes to the same conferences and is performed at Flattoberfest. Went to a lot of the same conferences as these guys. All right. Who else is in the mix here? Oh yeah, David Weiss. David Weiss has the FE app, the Flat Earth Friend Finder app, which is based around the debunked AE map. David Weiss runs a stream with ODD and Jaron. Okay. So now we got David Weiss on the list. He, of course, runs a stream with ODD where they shill the Flat Earth Friend Finder. David Weiss has this Flat Earth Friend Finder based on the debunked AE map. And so he generates money on each person that signs up. And through the terms of service, you basically sign over the rights to your phone to Mr. David Weiss. So then he has access to your information. He, of course, can data mine you, steal your information, sell it, do all kinds of evil stuff. So all these guys basically tied together under the same map. And this, I could go on. I could even do more names, But there's just a basic, easy shill list right there for you. And you can connect all these guys back to each other in one way or another. Oh, yeah, don't forget Bob Knodel, of course, Globebusters. All right. Don't want to forget Bob Knodel in the same with Nathan Thompson. He was holding a globe in the documentary, and he said that he tested the Earth's rotation with his gyro, and that he found that it rotates at 15 degrees. And so basically, these guys are actors who have drugged the flat Earth through the mud over and over and over and over again. And yet their fans, I don't know how they still have them, their subscribers, give them a pass and still listen to them to this day. And so my question is, how and why do these guys still have a fan club after all these years of failure, lies, and deceit? How stupid are these supposed woke flat earthers who are getting behind this crew? I mean, if you just go watch the documentary Behind the Curve, you should come to the same conclusion. Holy shit, these guys are actors and shills. How did I ever fall for them? Yet they still have people showing up and listening to them. A semi-sizable audience. And so it's my duty to point this out to you guys, because it's clear as day to me. And it's a subject that actually is near and dear to me, because this world not being a spinning ball is what led me to think outside the box in ways that I never have before. So the subject of the flat earth, the earth being not a spinning ball, it is a very near and dear subject to my heart. It is what truly opened up my mind. My mind was not opened when I lived on a spinning ball shooting in outer space, thinking that there were stars out there with other planets and aliens and all that stuff. My mind was not free, and my mind was freed, and I was able to think outside the box and use my brain in a new way that I never had before. The minute I started thinking that the Earth might not be a spinning ball, and when I came to the conclusion that it definitely is not a spinning ball shooting around in outer space, my mind started tingling with new information and possibilities. I could feel tingling sensations that were pleasurable. And so this way of thinking is near and dear to me. And so when I see shills, no good, lying, scammers, mucking up a subject that is near and dear to my heart, well, I have to be the one who steps up and socks them in the face verbally through these videos, while a bunch of you are too sissy to step up and say anything. Am I the only one man enough to say anything? Am I the only one with eyes to see? I don't see any other truther channels stepping up and blowing this out of the water. You know who else the only other guy I see talking about this right now is IPS, Infinite Plane Society, Infinite Plane Radio. He's talking about it. Who else? Another channel, a tiny channel called Tony, It's Time to Wake Up. Or like two of the only guys I've seen actually mention any of this. That's it. And everyone else. Jake, we have more important things to talk about. Like the Pokerooski. So we don't want to hear about flat earth shills. All right. We'll stop talking about them, and we'll talk about the Pokeroo. Has anything changed since you? No. Except maybe they added a fifth booster. Is that what you want to know? Hey guys, now there's a fifth booster. I want you to take a fifth Pokerooski. There you go. Now you're updated with Pokerooski news. So anytime anyone's like, hey, that's not important, Jake. You should be talking about something that's more important, like the jab. All right. Are you going to get it? Has anything changed since yesterday for you when it comes to the jab and what me and you know? Have you learned anything since yesterday about the jab that has changed your whole life that you need me to cover right now? Then it's pretty much the same shit with this too, isn't it? It's the same shit with this too. And a whole bunch of conjecture, right? We don't even know anymore. Like I heard people say that after 6 months of getting this, we're going to start seeing people just falling over dead all over the world, and that hasn't happened. There's people that have gotten quadruple boosted, and they still haven't fallen over and died yet. And so we can find ourselves going in circles talking about this, still not really getting anywhere. There's actually a clump of mushroom spores floating around in there. A big old clump of mushroom spores floating around in there. If anybody wonders why I have this big old needle, it's for inoculating jars of rice or grain and to grow mushrooms. And it's great as a prop, a stage prop, so that I don't have to say this. I use it as a stage prop. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, and then I don't have to say the word over and over again. But there's always somebody like, "Why do you have that?" That's not for shooting up in your body. That's for shooting up jars like this. But that's for another video. So there's always somebody trying to derail me whenever I'm calling out the shills, and they say, "Don't give these shills any attention. Jake, don't talk about the shills. Jake, you're causing division in the cult community. Too bad." I feel it's my duty to call out these assholes for dragging the flat earth subject through the mud, the subject of the earth not being a spinning ball in outer space. It might not even be flat, but we know it's not a spinning ball in outer space, what they tell us. Mainstream science is lying to us. They lie to us about a lot of stuff. Our very history of where we come from, who we are, the human life form is lied about by mainstream science. And so when I see shills dragging a subject like the shape of the earth through the mud, I take it personal. I have a personal vendetta against these shills who've taken a subject that's near and dear to me and drug it through the damn mud and started this cult, a cult of followers who are a bunch of tard muffins who want to listen to David Weiss and Jaron and download their flat earth friend finder so they can be spied on and have their data mined, stolen. Idiots. And here I am, the real truther, doing the real truth work, and I still have people who are like, "I don't like the flat earth drama because it's drama. I'm leaving." So you can't win for losing whenever you're trying to expose a shill, because there's always somebody trying to be like, "I don't want to know about shills. I only want to know about the earth being flat, not shills." Ugh. And that's why the shills run wild. That's why they have an empire built. That's why they have this app set up. That's why they're still running with that map. It's because people are still listening to bullshit. They're still falling for the same bullshit. And so, hopefully you start to realize, check it out, Mark Sargent has a Flat Earth Kids show. He was in a Flat Earth documentary that was a hit piece. Jeranism failed a Flat Earth experiment in that same documentary. He has the Baby Truther show with kids dancing. Nathan Thompson in the same Flat Earth documentary. He got arrested for flat smacking children. All right. Then you have David Weiss, who has the Flat Earth tracking app based on the Debunk AE map. And he runs a stream with ODDTV, sex offender, who also pushes the AE map. And he's also got a bunch of Illuminati symbolism that he wears, pyramids and eyeballs and stuff like that. And then you got Bob Knodel, who is in the Flat Earth Hit Piece documentary, Jaren's right-hand man. He's a mod in the chat for David Weiss and for Jaren and for ODD. So he donates and moderates in chat. So all these guys know each other. And then you have an outsider, Eric Dubay, over in Thailand, who reads a script, promotes the NWO death diet, the vegan diet, and he wears dresses like a ladyboy. And, oh, what does he have? A children's book. A children's book. So if you think he's not included with these shills, oh, yes, he is. NWO death diet promoting, dress wearing, shill. All the way. Got himself a children's book. So what's the end game? Where's it going? Where's it going? Here's my opinion. I'm going to break it down for you right now. They ain't trying to wake up children. It ain't about waking up children. You want to know what this is about? MSM, mainstream media, hit piece. I see it in my head. Flat earthers are targeting children. It seems that these flat earthers are now using this application to target children, and then they could, you understand that they could easily take clips from this flat earth show right here and absolutely horrify America.
It's flying backwards. Is that strange to you?
Right?
Give best friend who no can live without cookies. Give that best friend a cookie. But if friendship mean nothing. Okay. Here's your cookie. One measly cookie? A piece like that deserve at least 5 cookies. I already have one cookie. Okay. In that case, me settle.
Right? I don't know how they're getting away with using Sesame Street characters like that. So check it out. You got this Flat Earth Kids show. So imagine the mainstream media running this and saying, crazy lunatic flat earthers who were in the documentary Behind the Curve are making children's content targeting your children. And then they show a clip of that, right? If they show a clip of this on the news.
The world is flat. Hey, you. Yeah? You. I'm talking to you. And when the Don talks, well, you better listen. Or else. Okay, let's go. If you like fairy tales and your brain is small, you might also think water sticks to a ball. If that's you, you're probably easily fooled. The type that needs a life jacket in a 4-foot.
Dude, that guy's like 10 times better than ODD. Like that, the production level here, this is crazy good for a Flat Earth children's show. And so, again, I think mainstream media could have a field day running with this. And it's going to be tied back to guys like Mark Sargent, who are showing it on his channel and promoting it. This is bad news, in my opinion, for Flat Earth. The terms flat and earth, it would be bad news if the mainstream media was going to run a piece about how flat earthers are targeting children. And then they can have some scumbag like Joe Rogan talk about it on his show. Oh, yeah, did you hear? Yeah, flat earthers are going after children now. It's crazy. Yeah. Dude, I saw this Flat Earth Kids show. Oh, my God. It was the most cringy thing ever. That's all it would take is for a guy like Joe Rogan to say he saw this Flat Earth Kids show. And then 2-3 million people would easily go check it out and be like, what? These people, these flat earthers need to be stopped. You understand where they could go with this? And so I can't say for sure that's what's going to happen or anything. I'm just giving you an example of how this could be used to absolutely drag the subject through the mud. And here's what it comes down to. It comes down to the shape of the world. That's what the important subject is. Is it a bigger ball? Is it a stationary ball? Is it not a ball? Is it concave? What in the hell is it? A computer simulation? Do we live in the matrix? What in the hell is this place? I like having a serious conversation about it, but I can't have a serious conversation about it, it seems, with hardly anybody in the world except for you guys, because the subject has been taken, driven into the mud, and then flushed down the toilet, basically. And so I'm here trying to dig it out of the gutter, take it, pull it out of the sewage, clean the shit off of the subject, and still have ourselves a serious discussion on what this place could possibly be and how does it actually work. What the hell is the sun? What the hell is the moon? What the hell are the stars? Do we live under a dome? Is there really an ice wall that surrounds us? These topics, and it's been gatekept by the worst shills imaginable. And so there's hardly any people who even want to talk about the subject anymore seriously because it's been absolutely gatekept and destroyed. And meanwhile, when you try to bring it up, now there's people like, why are we talking about this? It's old. Let's talk about the jab. So the subject, as I said, it's still near and dear to me. You guys, I started this channel as Flat Earth Asshole, but I had a premonition back in 2017-18 that I should ditch the flat Earth term. And now, after seeing what happened to the subject, it makes all the sense in the world. So that intuition, it seemed like it came to me from God through, like it was my intuition and it came from God. It was like something hit me, like change your name, get rid of the flat earth moniker. And at the time it bothered a lot of people when I was Flat Earth Asshole and I changed my name to Jake the Asshole. And it bothered a lot of people, like, why did you change your name? Some people even unsubbed. You change your name, I don't like you anymore. Guys, this was the reason. I just had a premonition that some shit like this was gonna happen.
Every time you look at the horizon, you see curves on both ends like it's smiling. It's okay if you can't see straight lines. Bet you have a hard time parking your car every time. I mean, I get it. Science is taught at an early age. It happens in the development stage. Science class will tell you the earth is round. History class tells you how the earth is found. Minus Native American.
Words and production involved here. They didn't just do that in an hour or two. They didn't just have a bag of puppets and say, hey, let's just do a kids show. No, like the amount of work that went into this, that's the scary part. There's a lot of work that went into this. Why? What for? So I wanted to break this news to you. Flat Earth Red Alert. Beep, beep. They're making cringy, weirdo Flat Earth content that's actually very well produced, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to sit here and even try and talk shit about the editing and the music production. Like, that rap music, that's, like I said, that's better than all of Eric Dubay's rap songs. If you go listen to Eric Dubay's rap songs, it sounds like Eric Dubay sat in front of a computer himself and just shat out his own terrible rap songs. Whereas this seems like they hired Fiverr rappers and actually paid some dudes who actually have some skill and some know-how. Because like that one right there, they actually have this mobster style beat and then this guy using like a mobster style accent to deliver these rhymes. You can't You can't just do that in 5, 10 minutes. You can't just be like, oh, I'm going to write out a mobster style children's flat earth rap and then find a mobster style rap beat and then lay it down, edit it up all just perfectly. Oh, and then add a puppet to it. Think about it.
Around the compass. Because NASA has animations and Photoshop, so they can lie to your face and your eyes in one shot. But don't take in everything that I say. Just ask yourself, can you see the sun and the moon in the same day?
See? So the quality of the puppets, the quality of the editing and the music and all of the voices, why and where in the hell is the money coming from to do all that? I'm not believing for a second a group of flat earth dudes got together out of the goodness of their heart and did that because they love children and the flat earth so much. No, 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 no. So what in the hell are they planning on doing with that? And why is Mark Sargent, one of the flat earth OGs on YouTube, getting behind that? We don't ever see Mark Sargent anymore from him anymore. Nowadays, the top flat earth shills David Weiss. Like lately, in my opinion, the top flat earth shill is David Weiss because he's the one pushing the app. Dubay anymore. Dubay is completely handled. He's a character over there in Thailand who reads a script. And so basically, you never see the dude like coming out and exposing any of this. You don't see him exposing any of these dudes the way I am. You don't see him coming out and having a live stream shooting the shit with his subs. Never seen him do any activism out on the streets. So if you look at the flat earth subject as a whole, it's been gatekept into the toilet. And there's a reason why there's hardly any people making new flat earth content. There's a reason why there's hardly any newcomers who are firing up a camera anymore. It's because the subject has been gatekept and put into the damn toilet effectively. Lucas DeBroke says you're doing God's work, Jake. Hey, thank you. You know, sometimes that's what motivates me is just having a feeling of inside that I'm going to fight the bad guys. I'm going to expose the evil ones. And I'm not just doing it for views or money. I'm doing it because it feels like the right thing to do. It feels like I was put here with these talents to expose this. Uh, ATBAFE says the flat earth cult of believers in the model as impossible as a globe earth are. A perfect example of woke is a joke. Yeah, the people who use that AE map and model, they believe that they have it all figured out. And so something as simple as like, oh, the North Pole is the center. Well, have you been to the center? Have you been to the ice wall? Oh, you can't go to the ice wall because the government will shoot you. Okay, but what about the North Pole? Have you been to the North Pole? No flat earther that you know has ever went to the North Pole, and that's the center of the map. So the center of the map, the center point, they can't even tell you what's there. If you ask flat earthers who believe in the AE map, what's at the center, some of them will tell you Mount Meru. Others will tell you it's like an ice, it's just a piece of ice and that there's no actual pole and that it actually is a magnetic pole, like mainstream science says. So some flat earthers believe that there's a magnetic pole there and that there's ice there and an actual invisible magnetic pole. And then other flat earthers believe that Mount Meru is there or that there's like a hole in the center, and then the water's going into the hole. The oceans are like dumping into a hole. So they don't even know what's at the middle of the map. Yet they want to tell you that that's what the map is, but they don't know what's in the middle. Do you understand that I'm honest with you? I tell you that I know it's not that, and I've never been to the North Pole, and I've never been to the ice wall, but with the information given to me and where the sun comes up and goes down and the amount of daylight hours, things I can actually verify, the AE map fails. So using things I can verify, such as daylight hours, the movement of the sun, and the shape of the continents and how big they are, the AE map is wrong in several instances, provably. And so I'm the only one out of the Flat Earth group that had a big enough channel to point this out and actually get the Flat Earth cult community to stop and take a look at it. And of course, the Shills couldn't have me debunking their map, so they had to protect it with everything they got, because that's their job. So it's their job to protect that map. So they're not allowed to have the same opinion as me and say, you know what, Jake's right, the AE map is bunk and we don't know what it is. So they can't hold the same opinion as me. And it doesn't just go with the map, it goes with other gatekept subjects as well. For instance, eating raw meat. You don't see any of these guys eat raw meat. None of those guys. In fact, most of them will tell you veganism is the way to go. Eric Dubay, vegan. Nathan Thompson, vegan. All right. David Weiss, I saw promoting trail mix on his videos. Promoting trail mix. Trail mix is dried fruit, peanuts, and candy. Trail mix is garbage. So basically,